All right, everybody.
Oh my God.
We are back. We are here in this historic, epic, monumental, first of its kind, special guest. I would like to introduce to you today a good friend of mine, a person who is going to connect with us on such a spiritual level because he is in love with the same things that we are and the feelings that we get from hip hop. And so I just cannot wait to introduce you to him. He is not only a producer, but he's also a rapper. He's also a manager. He's also at a point right now where we have so many different things that we can pick from him, and so many different things that he can learn from us as well. And so, without further ado, I present to you Shine Goin Crazy.
How's it going, everybody?
Good.
Right.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for coming.
That's awesome. We're just so happy for you to be here. We want to make the most out of the time that we have and make sure that we're valuing your time. And we know we have so many good things to get to. So we already have some questions that are planned out to ask you. If everybody doesn't remember their order, I'm sure just like what happens in class, somebody else will remember the number that's next to you, and we'll figure out what the order is if you don't remember what your number was or your question. So no worries, no pressure. This is just a conversation, and this is just like a meeting of the minds. And so we're just very excited to get it started. So without further ado, let's go number one. Question number one. Who has question number one? Okay. Question number one is Ray. Ray, go ahead.
What made you take interest in hip hop?
In hip hop, wow. I was born in 1991, and throughout the entire night was a rare style of music called boom bap. And what that is basically samples of older music mixed with their new version of their drums. So it has a lot, like an old school feel with a little bit of a new school feel. And something like growing up, like Biggie Smalls is something that I listened to, and just the production on that was just immaculate. As far as nowadays, I listen to everything, literally everything, and everything inspires me to get closer and closer to hip hop. Even if it's music that's not hip hop, it still inspires me to get closer to hip hop, because music is really just a feeling. To me, at least, it's just a feeling. It's a feeling that it's a representation of how you're feeling at that moment. So the best thing that got me inspired to make hip hop, I would say, is knowing that I have the capability of, and knowing that all of you have the capability of, knowing that your teacher has the capability, knowing that your grandmother has the capability to do it. That's what makes it so beautiful that anybody can find in their heart to it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I'm going to challenge you guys, because I'm holding the camera right here. We're getting some absolute gems and absolute great nuggets of information that we need to capture. So if anybody wants to write down some of these amazing quotes as we're sharing, it'd be great if someone would take some notes also as we're listening. So thank you so much, Ray. That was an awesome way to start. Let's go ahead with, yeah. Let's go ahead with question number two. Who has question two? JJ.
My question is, how does hip-hop inspire the work you do?
How does hip-hop inspire the work I do? Let's talk about what inspiration is for a second. Inspiration, to me, comes from literally everything. It comes from waking up in the morning and eating my breakfast cereal. It comes from driving down the road to my job. It comes from stopping at a red light, looking over and seeing a butterfly land on a flower. inspiration comes literally from everywhere. It doesn't even have to be music. It has, like I said, music is a feeling. So if something makes you feel good, something makes you feel happy, something makes you feel sad, those are all feelings you can transpire into music. And just because, let's say for example, I'm not having a good day, I'm feeling a little sad, I can come home that kind of beat, and believe it or not, that will make someone else in the world happy. So that's one of the main reasons why, like, inspiration comes from everything. Inspiration to me, like when it comes to music directly, I like the piano. Piano is a great instrument for me because I'm able to go from the whole wide range of everything, of as far as like chords, chord progression, music theory. Everything is just laid out right in front of me. I can show you guys here. This is my keyboard here. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see?
Oh, I use that when I'm in beats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can see.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is one of my best friends right here. As you get older, you find, things that you can't let go of, and for me, that is one thing that I cannot let go of because it's just so valuable to me. Like, if I didn't have a car tomorrow, I'd be okay. But if I didn't have this, then it would be a problem.
Awesome. That's a great way to put it. That's another quotable one for you guys to write down. If I didn't have a car, wow. Thank you. Ariel, I do see your hand up there, but I also want to respect the process and the order that we have established. So please write down your question and keep it for when you come up in the order when it's your turn, okay? And you can ask that in addition to the other thing that you were going to ask, Ariel, okay? So whoever was next, I think that was question 2. Thanks very much, JJ. That was awesome. Who has question 3?
I have question 3.
Oh, thank you, Pranav. Go ahead.
So who inspired you to make beats either now in your career or earlier?
Wow, that's a fully loaded question there. Because my best friend actually inspired me to make beats for the first time. I sat there. I started out as a rapper, as a hip hop artist, and it was okay, but it just didn't touch me. It didn't touch my heart the way that music production does, because I feel like when a lot of my friends were doing the same things. So the fact that I was able to, be one of the ones that didn't do that and actually just like chase it. All right, so let me back it up a little bit. I had a whole different group of friends, and we were all, writing music together until I just didn't feel it. Like, I loved music. Don't get me wrong. I loved hip hop music. It's just writing lyrics just wasn't for me at that moment in time. I mean, I knew how to. I could write it for other people. But for me and my voice, I felt like there was more. So I met my friend Shane Alexander. He's my best friend. He's my coach. He's my teacher. He's my best friend. He actually was here last night. We were making beats all night last night. And that's what initially inspired me to make beats. But now there's a lot of like people that you guys may have even heard of, like say Metro Boomin. Has anybody ever heard of Metro Boomin before?
Absolutely.
That's one of them. There's Timbaland. There's Scott Storch. There's just numerous. Like there's an Edie production DJ. He goes by the name of Zed, and he's all over the radio all the time. But when it comes to music production, he is just on the next level to me, and that's something. Believe it or not, like I might not strike you as somebody that listens to a lot of dance music, but everything that you hear in my hip hop production actually came from some way of dance music just hitting me, and then me turning that into something else. So, like, let's say like I was having a good day, I was listening to an upbeat like boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and kind of beat, and then that turns into completely something different. And it's just, that's how beautiful music is that it doesn't have to be the same thing consistently. Like, you can change it to whatever fits you. There's no wrong way to make music, and that's probably the best thing about it, was because when I first started making music, I had such a fear that I didn't know how to make music the right way, until my friend Shane told me there is no right way. If it's right to you, it's right. If it's wrong to you, then only is it wrong. If you don't feel like you're content with it, then it's wrong. But if you like it, nobody can tell you different.
That's awesome.
It's so universal. It's like math.
Wow. So what we're doing here not only just applies to music, but so many other just areas of life as well. And the things things that you're sharing.
You guys, like, how many lanes opened up for me just from music production. Like, I'm also a graphics editor. I direct music videos. I put entire projects together, entire albums together. There's just so much that music production, like, that can lead you to. And even if, like, making beats isn't your thing, or like still a spot for you in music, believe it or not, whether it be the person that makes the graphic art, whether it be the person that does the costume design for the videos, there's just a place for everyone. And that's how beautiful hip hop is because hip hop is about unity. Hip hop is about being one. Hip hop is that everybody has a job to do.
There you go. There you go. And so, like, we're talking about hip hop, but we're also living it. And we keep talking about that KRS-One quote. Hip hop, rap is something I do, but hip hop is a way of life. Hip hop is how I live. So right now, you know, talking about involving everybody and getting everybody involved in the conversation, I'd like to go ahead and use that as a transition to the next question. And thank you, Pranav, for asking that. It was great. So who had the next question? I believe we're on number 4.
Vinayak, I think.
I did.
Oh, Vinayak, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, bud?
Hi. So my question was, did anyone not like the fact that you did hip hop?
Oh, absolutely. My mother is Indian. I'm Indian also. My mother is like traditionally Indian. All of her sisters and brothers, they're all traditionally Indian. So is something that they don't completely understand. They don't understand why I like this the way as much as I do. So sure enough, my mom thought over the years that I was wasting my time. I should have been a doctor or something. And that's just, I don't know. I couldn't see myself doing something that I don't love. And music is something that I absolutely love. And there's been more than just my parents, like teachers growing up. There were friends even that doubted me, told me that, like, you know, I'd never be anything that, like, I'd never be bigger than my area. Which is false now because I'm global now. I'm worldwide. So it's just crazy to even think about that. That there was a moment in time where my mom told me I'd say like 13, 14 years old. My mom kept telling me to go to sleep, but I kept sneaking out going back into the computer room, just one or two more buttons before I go to sleep. And just to perfect something because I was just drawn to it so much. And my mom didn't understand it, but believe it or not, I have a song on a major recording artist by the name of Ace Hood. And before I was even able to tell my mom about the news, one of her clients told her about the news, a client that I don't even know of. So for my mom to call me and congratulate me was the biggest thing in my life, because this is something that she never believed in. And then when she has an complete stranger come and tell her that your son is the man, that's when she started to believe, like, okay, maybe he shouldn't have been a doctor.
Wow. Wow. That is incredible. That is incredible. That is so incredible. How does that, can I just give a follow-up real quick? Just what is that, as far as like your relationship, like with your mom, and when that moment happens, like I just imagine, because I've had a similar experience sort of with like how my parents sort of view the things that I do. It's not that they just didn't understand. But then I feel like it's kind of made me feel closer to my parents. Like it's like when people like recognize each other's worth and value in a way that really matters to them so deeply, it does a lot for the relationship. And so I just wanted to highlight that relationship piece. Yeah.
Absolutely. My mom is closer, because for the first time in my life, I feel like my mom believes in me. And for the first time, my mom believes that I know what I'm doing. She always thought that I was, just trying to, I was like a tumbleweed, just going from state of mind to state of mind, and just trying to figure out who I am. And really, like, I never figured out who I am. You know what I mean? Like, life figured out who I was. My friends figured out who I was before I did. And
facts.
It's so beautiful to have, like, everything just started with an idea. Like, I was maybe your guys' age, like, I wonder what it would be like to make a beat. And now 10 years later, like, I'm on the radio, you can hear me on anywhere. It used to take me a week to make one beat. Now it takes me like 3 minutes.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Wow. I mean, we're just so inspired. Yeah, I mean, I'm just so inspired. And, I just want to also just keep in mind that what we're building here right now is not for today only. It just goes back and forth. And just thank you so much for just being here now, and just for everything you're sharing with us, because this is so valuable.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, the best thing that I can say is that music, believe it or not, saved my life. I've told Mr. Doggett about the story. I won't talk your guys' ears off, but long story short, music saved my life. There was a chance that I wouldn't be here today. There's a chance that I wouldn't have my daughter today. There's a chance that I would not be smiling today. There's a chance that I wouldn't even be talking to you guys today if it wasn't for music. Music played a huge role in everything. A lot of things happened where, like, there was times where, like, I wasn't supposed to be alive, and believe it or not, music saved me. Music saved me to the point where, like, I know that if you don't believe in God, if you don't believe in anything, believe in music, because it's, even though you can't see it, you can feel it. And that's where the power comes from. I feel like, to me, everybody's built a little bit differently, but for me, music is just that feeling that it's like, it's the next important thing after air and water.
Yeah,
it's just as essential.
Yeah, man, I love the way you put that, and I'm kind of hoping that the next question that we were talking about feeling was the next one, because you just were speaking about that. Is that true? Is the next one is Elon next? Are you actually next, Elon?
I'm 6th. I think that next is gonna be 5th.
Oh, okay. Who's 5th?
But, like, mine wasn't about, like, feeling or anything. I actually, like, I just recently came up with a better question, but I can go with my, like, old question first. Or
okay.
Hit me with both your questions, bud.
Yeah.
I'm here for you guys.
That's
Whatever
awesome.
you want to know is what I wanted to tell you.
all right. Well, my first question. Well, first off, thank you for being here to, like, show us and like explain to us how
You
it
don't
is.
gotta thank me, man. Thank you for having the interest. I need to thank you before you need to thank me, because just the fact that you're here on a day where you're not like, you could be doing anything right now. It's 10:30 in the morning. You could still be in bed if you wanted to, but yet you're here and you're here because you're interested in music, and that's where it all starts, bud. Like, it really all starts from this moment right here.
Okay, thank you. I was wondering, like, which like hip hop, I don't know, stars be it, or like maybe celebrities. I'm not quite sure, but like when you did work with somebody, which person made like the biggest impact in like your hip hop career, I would say.
Ace Hood is his name. Back in 2010, he was on the billboards regularly, like every weekly. And that's when he first debuted. And after that, he's just been climbing up and up and up and up. And it's actually my wife's favorite hip hop artist ever. Before my wife and I got married, when we were just dating, I promised her one day I'm gonna get a placement with your favorite artist, and here we are. I made it happen just by talking about it, just by making that promise, just by chasing after it. And believe it or not, because she wanted to buy beats from me, and I have a daughter now. You know what I mean? And like, my daughter is so beautiful, and it's a possible chance that she wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for music. If it wasn't for me making music, because she didn't know me. My wife didn't know me at 2 towns over. There was no reason for her to know me at all, except for music. She heard my music through a friend, through a different friend, through a different friend, and she was just interested in buying a beat, because she was a writer. Well, she still is a writer, but she wanted to just purchase some beats, and I thought that was the craziest thing ever, because like, I'm just like, how you guys are in your house right now. That's how I feel like I've been my entire life, just in my house right now, not going out there, not trying to put my name out. But you can't stop the inevitable, man. Like, you just cannot stop the inevitable. If you are supposed to make music, you will make music. No matter what comes in your way will fall, because you have a drive, you have a purpose, and you have a reason.
Yeah, that's what this is all about right here.
Yeah.
Go for it, Nanak.
My other like question was like, well, there's like a little part. What part of like India are you from? Because I'm from India as well. Just
Nice.
one.
I'm from New Delhi.
New Delhi? Alright, cool. I'm Punjabi.
Where are you from?
My parents are from like Ludhiana and Ghaziabad. So we're Punjabi, we're Sikhs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. My dad's from Punjab.
Ah, cool.
His last name, Khanna.
Khanna. Alright, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, it kind of, what does it feel like? Because there's not a lot of, Indian rappers. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know if you heard of Siala and like Deep Dillo and whatnot. But like, how does it feel being like one of those like very few rappers from like where people probably think, oh, these people can't rap. For example, in school, there was like a rap battle after school. I wanted to join in because I can rap fast. But they're like, oh, you can't do this. So we did the thing. And then a bunch of random kids are walking up to me saying, oh my God, you rap so fast. You do this, you do that. And it's like a cool feeling because like you're like people wouldn't expect it. But like, how is it for you since you're like such a big,
Oh my God, but Indian in this game is it's you realize that there's not many of you out there.
Yeah.
But I try not to think about that so much, because remember, music is not a sight. Music is a feeling. There's so many blind people that can make music, and like that makes you think like they can't see anything, yet they feel the tunes, they feel the music, they feel the chords, they feel everything, and it doesn't matter if what kind of race you are. It doesn't matter how tall you are. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this. It doesn't even matter if you're talented now. All it takes is a will. Where there's a will, there's a way. I used to think that was the most cheesiest thing ever growing up. Where there's a will, there's a way. But that is the absolute truth. If you want something, it's yours. You just gotta go get it.
Wow.
And being Indian in this game, like, trust me, I've came across my hurdles and battles also, because like before I'm able to present my music, they see me and already have this. You said earlier, like, oh, he probably doesn't have the best because he's not whatever. So I try to stay. So that's when I realized that you know what, maybe it's not about my image. Maybe people don't need to see what I look like. They just need to hear how I'm feeling. And after that changed everything. There's so many people that don't even know what I look like. Now they do, because I just recently put pictures up on Instagram. But for the past 10 years, nobody knew what I looked like. Everybody just know what I sounded like. Not my voice, but my beats, my music. Everybody knows what a Shine beat was. And yet they couldn't find a picture online to prove, like, yeah, that's Shine right there. No. So
that's cool.
That wasn't out of, like, at first I felt like it was out of, like, fear almost, that I tried to hide my face. But now that I realize it, I didn't make a mistake by doing that, because I was able to let my music speak for me, if that makes sense.
Cool. Thank you so much for answering that, and I'll keep that in mind in the future. I'll keep it in mind in the future. Thank you.
Yeah, Nana, thank you for adding that too, because sometimes the best ideas are the ones that we don't plan. The best questions are the ones that come up in the moment, and I just applaud you for asking that, and thank you.
Because I know, like, a bunch of friends of mine, they have talent, but like little things like this, they don't do it.
Yeah, well, hey, maybe we need to pass this message to those people too. I'm starting to really hope that we can find some way to share this recording, especially because we can't really see any student face it. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'd love to share the recording. I'd love to share some of, yeah, and yeah.
Nana, all I gotta say to you, bud, is that do not care about your skin color. Don't care about what other people might think of you, because that's not what music is about. Music is not about appeasing anyone other than yourself. If what you do makes you happy, do not stop, no matter what anybody says. Like, I've been making music for 10 plus years. There's been so many people to stop me. So many people to tell me I shouldn't be doing this. So many people that took this away from me. Like, there was times where I didn't even have this, where, like, it was taken away from me, whether it be stolen or whatever. But long story short, I chased after it, and it chased after me.
That's awesome.
Because that's what love is. Like, love is so strong. Love is music, and music is love.
Yeah.
The best songs to me are love songs, even though they sound cheesy and whatnot. But it's real. It's how they were feeling at that moment in time, and that's how they represented it through music production. And that's how I make every single one of my beats, just based on that feeling that I'm feeling right then and there.
So that's great. A great great way to transition to our feeling question that Elon had, number 6. So Elon, go ahead. What was your question?
Hi, first of all, I really want to thank you so much for taking your time to be here and talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you for waking up today and being interested in music at all. I can't tell you how, like, you guys know me, like, in real life, but I'm so happy right now and so excited to be doing this, because, like, I would not imagine that music would lead me here. Like, after a while, I knew that music would take me to the radio, it would take me to this place and that studio, but never talking to, like, kids that are me when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like, all you guys were me. Like, I was you. waking up, having these questions in your head about music, having this drive, having this interest. That was me at one point, and now I'm everywhere.
Yeah. So go ahead, Elon. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, so I mean, originally I had 4 questions, but 2 of them were already answered. And so, one of them is, what did it feel like after you made your first beat for like a major artist?
What did that feel like? All right, so the process that happened that is, most artists they require like a number of beats, and the way things work right now is like you really don't know if they like it until you hear it on the radio, and it's sad that it's like that. But all right, so
Wow.
basically, I sent a bunch of beats, and then a year later, I got an email that said we're gonna be using these fields. And even then, I was like, "Oh, that's cool," but when is it gonna be released? It's to me, it's not real unless it's released. So the moment that it released, I lie to you not, I cried. I cried my eyes out because that moment was everything that I worked for. Everything, even if I were to die the next day, I would have died happy because like that, I felt like my life was complete. Like, even though it's not, I have so much more work to do. I have so many more records to make. I have so much more work to do. But that first one, I can't explain how that feels like to a T. But like basically, if you guys could have 15 birthdays in one day, that's how I felt.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome because nobody here has actually ever had 15 birthdays, and in their entire life. That's what a great way to explain that. That's awesome. Elon, anything you want to follow up with that?
Yeah, I just thank you for sharing with us. And my second question is, the rappers that you work with, do you always know their style before you start working together with them?
Ooh, that's a very good question. Where do you guys come up with these questions? These are awesome. Even my friends don't ask me questions like this intricate. Wow. So it kind of goes back to feeling. You kind of got to ask them like, how are you feeling at the moment? You gotta, and they'll tell you like, I'm feeling like I want a Juice WRLD kind of beat. And even that, it's like Juice WRLD has a huge wide span from happy beats to sad beats. So from there, you just gotta pinpoint how you counteract with the artist. So he wants, all right, so it's basically like a math equation, like U plus X equals this hit. So you got to find out this X, and whatever that X is. It's going to be a whole lot of trial and error sometimes. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like, sometimes when artists are in the same room with you when you're making beats, it's easier because they can tell you like yes or no right away. But then you have artists that are in different countries, and then you're just like, you send out a whole email with maybe 5 to 10 beats, and you're just like crossing your fingers and hoping that you get a response, and it happens. Believe it or not, it happens. Like some of the biggest like music producers of 2020 are not even 18 yet. They're millionaires, and they stay in their room all day and they make beats. They don't come out. They found someone who does the business part for them, and they're just, all they do is literally like just like how I have this set up here. They do not remove themselves from this area, and they just make beat after beat. They're not worried about clout chasing. They're not worried about like becoming popular. They're not worried about anything. All they're worried about is making the next beat, and that's the best attitude to have, honestly. to have artists around you though, they'll eventually gravitate towards you, because it turns into more of them conforming to you rather than you conforming to them. After a while, when you start out, you might have to conform to them just to build your name up. But while you're building your name up, you're also building your own style up. And now I have a style that I don't hear anywhere else in my area or in the U.S. for that part. Like, so, and now like there are people willing to like. They don't even ask me, like, I like, if it's like local artists, I don't even worry about the beats that I've sent, because I've established myself as a music producer that they're basically just gonna be able to write a song to it, because that's how I make my beats. I make my beats as if I were writing a rap song to it. If I can't write a rap song to it, I'm deleting it right away. Or if I can't make a dance song to it, I'm scrapping it right away. If I can't make a rock and roll song to it, I'm scrapping it right away. If I can't make a country song to it, I'm scrapping it right away. It all starts with you. Like, I hate to say this, like I really do, but hip-hop artists, they are 50% of what makes you successful. The other 50% is the amount of desire in your heart, the amount of passion that you display, the amount of how would I say it, like being able to not worry about certain things. That was the biggest part for me, is not being able, like, to not worry. And it took years for me to do that, to not worry. But now I don't worry, and it's just an amazing feeling that people end up trusting you. They trust your ears before they trust their own. And like, it took me years to like actually like understand what that feels like, and it's crazy. It's like I record people at my house all the time with this mic, and they come in here, they record their verse, and then they'll go to McDonald's or something, and then say, do whatever you do. And then when they come back away, they're like, how did you just do that? How did you do that? How did you do that? And you can't really explain it other than like, I connected with this song. You know what I mean? Like, I connected with this beat. I connected with this vocal. You try your absolute best to make whatever you can better. And that's really, in a nutshell, what a producer is. It's just every day making a beat better than the day before.
Yep.
Even me, like, there's so much more that I have to learn. There's so much more that I am learning. And oh my God, YouTube is one of my other best friends. It's my MIDI keyboard and YouTube.
There you go.
FL Studio.
You got to start somewhere, right? Oh, so speaking of FL Studio, I want to make sure that we have enough time to just do like a quick walkthrough, because we do have a question regarding that. And then, so, but if everybody's okay, we can continue until 11 if everybody's all right with that. It's just 10 more minutes. So let's take just like 2 more minutes for question 7. Like, let's try to do question 7 quickly so that we can get to the show and tell part of question 8. So go ahead, question 7, please.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you if it's usually you training a beat for a rapper, or is it the other way around? But like, yeah, you already said that now you have your own style because now you're more popular and such. But yeah, so I was going to ask, how long did it take for you to develop that style and feeling of your own?
Sheesh. For me personally, I'd say 6 years. But don't take what I said wrong. And like, it's not that like, oh, I'm this like huge music producer and everybody needs to come. No, because I still get inspired by artists all the time, and that makes me want to make music like theirs, because once again, music is a feeling, and you can't really like feel exactly the same way as somebody else, especially when they're like going through whatever they're going through. If they're happy and you're not at that moment, then you somehow their energy helps make you happy, and you just try to. So it took me about 5-6 years for me to develop my own sound and my own style. However, that's still gradually changing every single day. Every single day, even now. Like, I thought I found my sound, and then something else sounds appealing to my ear, and now I start going in that direction. Else distracts me, and that sounds good to me. Like, never in a million years would I have thought that I'd be a huge EDM fan, but oh my God, I love dance music because, number one, there's rarely any cursing in it, and it's beautiful to have music without cursing, is because that's what music is about. Music isn't about exploitation. Music isn't about explicit behavior. Music is about that feeling, whether it's to make you happy or make you sad. Like, it's all about feeling. So all these cursings and stuff, it just saturates everything. So that's why I like dance music, because sometimes the dance music doesn't even have words. And that's the best kind of music to me as a music producer, is just to hear sounds hitting from one to another, hearing an 808 hit from the left, hearing a synth bass come from the right. And it's just like, that's the best kind of music for me to listen to. And that's really what inspires me to make more.
That's awesome.
But,
that's great.
Yeah, it took me about 5 to 6 years to develop my own style, and it's still to this day, I try to stay as humble as I can, and I would rather ask them what kind of beat that they want and how can I make a beat for you, rather than here's some beats, rap to them. You know what I mean? Because like, it's all about connections, and like, the more you have that connection with an artist, the more feelings you'll get. The more feelings you'll get, the more inspiration. Because remember, music is a feeling. Music is more than something that you hear. It's something that you hear with your heart. It's something that you hear with your brain. If you guys are production, you'll never look again like not hear lyrics. Like when I'm listening to a song on the radio, in my brain I'm envisioning how it looks on FL Studio. I'm not listening to the lyrics as much. I'm just really like focused on the music production. That changed completely.
That's amazing. So what a great way to transition into our final question. I do think we have to keep to 11 o'clock. I think the thing will automatically cut us out. So Ariel, go ahead with question 8. Ariel.
All right. So, first of all, I want to thank you for coming. Next, I wanted to share that I'm also a producer. I create a few beats and stuff, and what I wanted to say was also that the piano is actually how I start all my beats. Like I play a little tone on the piano and then I go off of that. And so my question was, yeah, I do. My question was
first of all, can I say thank you for making beats?
I made one specially for this though, so.
I'm honored. All right, I'm sorry. I'm way too excited. Ask me your question, bud.
So I was gonna ask if you could show us how to make beats, but first I wanted to play my beats so you could hear and give me some
I'm more interested in hearing your beats than you guys hearing mine. I'll be honest with you, because I'm excited for this. This is what I've been waiting for.
So can I make a suggestion? Can we put the FL Studio tutorial into like an entire separate Zoom meeting next week, and do that next week maybe, if everybody's okay with that? And then Ariel can have the experience of having you hear his beat right now and we can make that connection, and we'll just put off the screen sharing for next week. I'm seeing thumbs up there. Okay, so we're in agreement there. Ariel, if you're ready, go ahead and play it.
All right, so I had a few, but I'll just show you the one I made for this.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. All right. That was awesome. Can we give it a clap it up for Ariel for sharing his beat? Can I hear it? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. That was awesome. Ariel, how old are you? He said. He's 11.
I'm turning 12 this December.
Now, I'm not a liar. I despise liars. So believe that what I'm telling you is the God honest truth. You have the potential to be a millionaire before you turn 18. If this is something that you like to do, you know how it. For the longest part for a lot of people is to figure out the bounce and the rhythm, and you've got that down. All you need to do is tailor everything. Literally tailor everything, and that comes from making beat day after day after day after day, watching tutorial after tutorial after tutorial, but you've got what it takes. You and anybody else that's interested, I'm letting you know what Ariel's doing right now is the way to start. So Ariel, maybe you can teach your fellow classmates also like how to produce also, because you know what you're doing, but I can tell by just what I heard. That was awesome. I did not expect that.
Dang.
You got me drooling. Wow.
We're sharing a lot of good knowledge in these Zoom meetings, man. There's planting a lot of seeds, and we're always learning from each other. And so, I just want to make sure we don't get cut off here, and I want to make sure that I give a chance for the entire group to just acknowledge Jay and thank him. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, and just everybody, let's just hear our appreciation and thank you for Jay for joining us for today for this historic meeting. Let's hear for Jay. Let's go.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jay.
Everyone's going crazy. Everybody for Shine.
Everybody give me a round of applause for you guys.
Yeah.
I want everybody to clap for you guys, because you guys are the real.
Yeah, Ariel, give me those sound effects. Ariel. Celebrate, you guys. Let's celebrate. Congratulations, man. Yeah, you guys are taking the step. I see your hands. So we're about to be cut off any second now. So Dylan, I see your hand. Bonnie, I see your hand, and Ray, I see your hand. So I would really want you guys to just put your question exactly in the same place you put it before, the same place on the Google Classroom. I will update the thing and make sure we'll ask him the questions the next time that he comes, because like I said, this is we're planting the seed for something later. If it's not,
I don't want to say goodbye.
Yeah, I know. If it's not next week, then I just know that the computer is going to cut me off any second. But I just want everyone to know that if it's not next week, that we will continue this. We're like I said, we're planting seeds and we're building relationships. And like we all said, the feeling that we're all getting from this today is all the evidence that you need, that everything that Jay was saying is true. Yeah. So, all right, one more time. Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Don't forget, we're doing our sharing on Friday, you guys. So come with your bars and come with your beats on Friday, everybody.
All right.
Okay? All right? Okay, peace out.
Bonnie wanted to say something.
Yeah. Okay, I think they're going to cut us off. Go ahead, Bonnie.
I made something, and it's one of the quotes that he said. It says, if I lose my car, it would be okay because I have you. So I drew the keyboard. And then...
Bro, do you see that?
What does it say?
If I lose my car, it would be okay because I have you. And then the keyboard, and then...
Look at that.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm crying right now. Oh my God.
Bonnie, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Bonnie. That's so cool. Bonnie, take a picture of it if you can, and we'll send it to him, okay? That's awesome. All right.
Oh, God, it's great. Oh.
So cool. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're not going to take any more time of your guys' time today, but I'll see you guys on Friday. Thank you so much, Jay.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
That was
Thank you.
everybody. You guys did great.
Thank you. Bye.
If I ever get enough money, I'm definitely hiring you.
We got something better than that going here, you guys. All right, let's go. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
All right, bye.